England Patriots and the Dallas Cowboys. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section, where the columnists write possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 6 catches, 68 yards.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
They keep on the ground with Elliott, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Burris. Open man here is Gentry. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Patriots here to get their first shot on offense. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And what I'm looking for from him today, the things every quarterback is looking to do. Lead his team to a victory. Doesn't matter whether he's throwing it, running it, handing it off, however he has to do it, as well as exhibiting some leadership, that's what he's trying to accomplish.
Got it.
Sony Michel, his first carry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. 2nd and 10. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. 18 big yards on that one, and a New England first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that open things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Come on, set. 90, Wolf.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Elliott. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on third down to keep the drive going. They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, Burris. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job here of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
First carry now for Alexander Madison. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Michel. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Now an open man. That's the tight end, Gesicki. It's complete. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 30 base. Hey, Haywood. Come on, baby. I'm coming, baby. Now.
Back to throw. Lambert to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Austin Hooper, the tight end, was the intended target, but it'll be second and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
On the ground is Michel, and he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4 down territory.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Hey, high 7. Get it.
Looking to throw. Lambert. And this is caught. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Patriots have taken the lead. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass this young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed. Aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, and why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen, and it's also safe for him when he's driving home to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now, heading back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Ready?
To throw on second down. Burris. Oliver, the tight end, making the catch. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. On first down, Burris. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Elliott. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction. And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues. This is critical to the passing attack. Is a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before. And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted. But I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. This drive starts out on the ground with Michelle. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Michelle. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Here's Madison running on first down. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there. Second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain. The name of the game, as always on defense, put pressure on the quarterback. And that's exactly what they've done today. It looks like they've got him a little bit rattled. That would have been the second interception in the first half.
On third down, Lambert. And that will be incomplete.
Well, touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
And he's got to be fired up about that effort. I don't think he could have walked down and placed it any better than where he ended up putting the football. That's excellent.
Tight down. There you go.
They turn to the fullback, Gillespie, and he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Go to 50, plants.
Looking to throw on second down. Burris, he's going to find Gallup here complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Thanks to that last play, a little more room to operate. 1st and 10 at the 18. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. Up to make the tackle, J.C. Jackson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
To throw on second down, Burris. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Get ready.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Back to throw. Burris looking left side. That's complete to Oliver.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. Looking to throw. Burris, and that's Elliott, complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2nd and 13. Really good defensive effort. They were all over. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. 1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big. 10th carry now for Elliott. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on 4th down. Out now comes the Cowboys punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Pats will take over at their own 20. Off play action. Lambert looking for Harry. He airs it out deep, and that'll wind up incomplete. To give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Lambert. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Operating from the gun. Burris throwing the out route and complete. That's Lambert. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. A 3rd field goal of the first half, not what they're looking for as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, Burris. Drops it underneath, Elliott. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done.
And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Burris. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And that right there, his first incompletion of the game, pretty remarkable.
So let's start talking about all-time records, because with that incompletion, maybe over a 2-game sequence, or maybe he starts a new streak now, because Ryan Tannehill, over 2 games, hit 25 straight. Now, the incompletion, well, we're taking this record out of play. But Mark Brunell, when he was at Washington, 22 straight completions to start. This guy's on fire.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. They have not gotten him going at all. Tried to spark something there with a longer throw, unable to complete it.
But you have to keep trying. He's one of their best playmakers. No matter what it says on the scoreboard, you're always trying to get him the football.
All 9 points for him coming via the field goal, and this last one puts him out in front.
All the field goals are great, but you know I'm going to get pessimistic here, right? Because you've got to score touchdowns to win games in the NFL. I just wonder if all these field goals, great now, or if they'll come back and haunt them later on.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
And now out come the Patriots. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. They begin with Michel on the ground. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
And now it looks like we've got a Cowboy shaken up down there on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Catch is made by Harry. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 17 yards there for the Patriots as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. That everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot 1st down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. On 1st and 10, Lambert. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete and now 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
Well, no takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Back to throw. Lambert is going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but contact and pass interference.
And now where does the ball get placed?
At the 1-yard line.
1-yard line. They gave up excellent real estate on that one. That's going to work really, really well for the guys who threw it.
Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense. countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
2nd and 5. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield.
And the pressure gets to him again. Leighton Vander Esch wreaking havoc with a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost. And they take the lead here by a point, 10-9. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. They go to Elliott again. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun on 3rd down. Burris throwing the out route incomplete. It's Lambert. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy 1st down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down, Burris. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
One quarter remains here on a Sunday night, and that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Protein spill.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. From the gun on 3rd down, Lambert flushed out right. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. 5 yards on 1st down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on 2nd. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Burris. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
And the Patriots gearing up to go now. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake. Lambert under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Looking to throw. Lambert. Got a man open. That's Harry. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. So out of bounds on the punt, and the spot will be, the side judge says, right at the 35-yard line here. Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 8. A dump off to Elliott. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. It kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
36 yards on the play. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Second and 11. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
On third down, Lambert got his man. That's Harry. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. Now a first down carry. It's Michel. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And it's Michel once again. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a first carry for their fullback. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Cowboys have recovered.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
And he comes back with one complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. He's back to throw. And he's able to hook up with Michael Gallup. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 43. First down now, but the clock continues to move. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Allen. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So the Patriots now down by 7, 35 seconds to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
Get ready.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
Yes, it was a touchdown, and not just a TD, but how about a long touchdown that puts them in a great position now.
And now just an extra point away from tying this thing. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. (17-17) the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now this game's going to come down to the right leg of their kicker. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And now it all rests on the right foot of their kicker. This from Tom Dempsey range here. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And that changes everything here in OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Off-play action. Burris going to take a shot for Gallup. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Well, their defense did its job. Now they're going to get the football with a chance to win it.
And it feels like they ran out on the field, and right before they did, they told the offense, don't worry about this. We got you. Okay, we've got the situation under control. We'll get it back for you for a chance to win the game, and boy, they did it well.
It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and the Patriots take over. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it, but they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
And part 1 is done, now part 2. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Pats, it's a very important win as they move to 9-4 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Dallas, any slim hopes they had at a playoff berth gone now as they drop to 4-9. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.